Gentlemen, have you ever wanted to fight Drake and get his sword as a reward? Have you ever wanted to buy a little child? And that's the better option. The other option is visiting her when she's sleeping and kill her dog. Maybe you wanted to steal the trail that the siblings left behind and turning them into monsters in the process. Or maybe you wanted to get a reward from an old man who transferred his soul into a girl's body after he died. What do you mean you don't want to do any of that? Well, at least you're interested to see what I'm talking about. Now, this sounds really bad, and it is, but let me explain. BlackSouls is a game developed by a Japanese man, and I don't want to be racist, but you can already tell that by the amount of underage girls and boys in the game. He mixed Dark Souls with JRPG and made it a porn game in the process. A really dark one to be exact. You can turn off carnal acts in the beginning of the game, but I already know you're not gonna do that, you dirty perverts. I didn't do that either. He also massacred every character from my childhood. Like, why are you beefing with the fairy tales? Look what they did to my boy Peter Pan. But today I want to talk about the state game. And I will try not to spoil the story for the Giga Chats who want to play the game and romance the girls. Not locking them up in the basement and doing horrible things to them. And yes, that's an option. Early into the game, Leaf, the best girl in the game, I don't care if she's crazy, I can fix her, will tell you that you're free to do anything that you want. And she's not dying. There are a lot of routes you can take, and multiple endings. It also has a lot of cool game mechanics, like the Black Royale. They will hunt you down if you do enough scenes, and if you do more than 3 scenes, he will come after you. Or another cool mechanic is, when you kill an boss, the story progresses, and the location of some NPCs changes. Some of them even die. But the best thing about the game is the combat. It has the typical turn-based JRPG combat system, but the turns are based on the agility stat of you and your enemies. So if you're fast enough, you can attack the enemy multiple times. Or in the opposite scenario, the enemy will kill you and all of your party members before you can do anything. There are also multiple items that you can use and create various strategies, but mostly using the healing items, cause you don't get any healing spells until later into the game. You can also dodge, or if the enemy is stronger than you, you can also escape. But there is a chance of that failing, so I talked about the party members, but they don't work like they do in typical JRPGs. When you complete the girl's quest, she becomes your companion, and you can summon her in the battle, which means you will lose an extra turn. So you have to strategize when you're summoning the girls, or if you want to summon them at all. But one problem that I have with the game is that it's not balanced at all. You can equip 3 rings and change your sword, but not the armor, cause it's set with your class. By going to the Holy Forest, the hub area of the game, you can level up your character and your companions. There is a lot of other ways to get stronger, but you already get what I'm saying. The difficulty doesn't spike that much. Even if you increase the difficulty, the enemies will get harder, but the soul drop rate also increases, which creates the strategy of going to the Wonderland and starting a genocide against rabbits and one-shotting every boss in the game. But in the early game, when you're weak and you don't know a lot about the game, it's very cool to try various strategies. Okay, that's enough about the combat. What about the story? Well, the story is actually decent for a porn game. It has a lot of mystery and surprises. But what makes it so great is the choices that you have. Like to enter the castle of Cinderella, the supposedly final boss of the game, you either have to kill the 4 other demonic princesses or enter a covenant with them. But one of the princesses, Snow White, the 3rd best girl after Leaf and Mommy Elizabeth, wants you to kill the other 3. So you either have to kill the other princesses or kill Snow White, or just kill all of them. And this is just one of the choices, and there is a lot of them. Not to mention there is like 4 different endings. The exploration system is also great. I love it when games encourage you to explore and reward you for it. You can talk to a lot of NPCs and learn more about their story and the lore of the game. Like this guy, who brags about how he destroyed the town using rats. And later on, you go to the said town and see the horrors for yourself.
Raiden! I think he's right behind me, Raiden! Raiden, please stop! Raiden, you're running a little too fast! Oh my god, Raiden! He's right behind me, oh my god!
There is also a lot of funny interactions in the game. In the fight with the Iron King, one of the main bosses, if you summon Leaf, she will make fun of him and gaslights him into taking off his armor. Or if you choose to enter a covenant with the Frog Princess, in the start she will talk highly of you and call you her prince. But after having a moment with her, she will steal 30 levels from you and reveals that you're her number 346 prince. God damn! She's for the swamps, man, what the fuck? And her disgusting tongue, ew.
Ew. Ew.
But it would be a crime not talking about the music. Why does a porn game have so many fire songs? Like the dev goes to his best friend and says, create some banger musics. And he makes the catchiest beats and be like, cool, what are you gonna use them for? And the dev is like, for my porn game. Okay, I glazed this game enough. It's time to talk about some negative stuff. As I said before, it's a porn game. And it has very dark themes. You can turn off the scenes, but the plot is there. So if you're really sensitive, I don't recommend playing this game. And oh my god, it was made with the worst version of RPG Maker. It doesn't even have a menu. Like, why? The game was made in 2017. There is a lot of better versions to use. But if you're okay with everything that I said, I highly recommend checking out the game. It is a very fun experience and it's not that hard either. You can get all the endings in like 10 hours or so. And if you already played it, tell us about your experiences in the comments. And with that said, see you in the next video in a year or so.